Barcelona step up their interest in Matthijs de Ligt. Inter Milan have identified their new manager. Toni Kroos signs on again with Real Madrid, and we've got a roundup of all the day's transfer rumours. That and more coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Froelich. You are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. First up, into what would have been one of the longest transfer sagas of the summer had Barcelona not acted so quickly, and it's Matthijs de Ligt. Despite interest from around the Premier League, including Manchester City and Liverpool, it looks like the Ajax defender will be following his teammate Frenkie de Jong in heading to the Nou Camp. In the last few days, Barcelona have apparently agreed personal terms, and a deal will cost around 70 million euros, pretty close to what it cost to sign Frenkie de Jong. Now, Ajax knew that this would be happening. Manager Erik ten Hag has said that there was zero chance the defender would be staying at the club after leading them to a double this season and to the semi-finals of the Champions League. But what Ajax have done is gone out and found a replacement for him. Well, they've tried to, at least. In the form of Argentinian centre-back Lisandro Martinez, they have a ball-playing left-sided central defender who can also play a left-back, and it's someone that Marc Overmars is very excited about. The sporting director has said that he hopes the defender can come in as a 21-year-old and grow into a potential superstar, certainly someone who can try and fill the boots of Matthijs de Ligt. I always find it slightly odd when a 21-year-old is brought in to effectively replace a 19-year-old, but then again, that's just how good de Ligt is. But moving away from players for a second and to the managerial merry-go-round, where it's sure to be spinning this summer at all sorts of crazy speeds. The first to jump off is Antonio Conte. He hasn't been working since he led Chelsea to the FA Cup back in 2018. He was replaced by Mauricio Sarri, but it looks like after one season out of the game, he has found a job back in Serie A with Inter Milan. Luciano Spalletti is said to be relieved of his duties, and it looks like Conte will sign a 3 or 4 year deal with the former European champions. The link here is that Conte works really well with the now Inter CEO Beppe Marotta, who was actually at Juventus when Conte was winning all those titles there at the start of the decade. It does mean that Antonio Conte won't be moving to Juventus, who are in need of a new manager after firing Max Allegri at the weekend or agreeing for him to leave. So it looks like, according to former legend Marcello Lippi, they'll be looking at either Mauricio Sarri from Chelsea or Tottenham boss Mauricio Pochettino. However, both of them have a European Cup final to play at the end of the month, so it looks like talks will be put on hold until after both of those are done. Up next are to Toni Kroos, who has extended his stay with Real Madrid by another 4 years. Now, this seems a little bit bizarre to me, given the fact that Zinedine Zidane is definitely building towards the future. He's told Keylor Navas he's going to go in the summer. He doesn't want Gareth Bale in his squad anymore. And without Ronaldo and with Benzema aging and Modric really not putting in the best performance this season, why on earth has Zidane decided to sign up Kroos for another 4 years? Yeah, I get it, maybe 1 or 2, but surely he's not going to be at the same level in that time as he is now. The German has won 11 trophies in 5 seasons with Real Madrid, but if he's going to stay on the side, it doesn't look like Zidane's going to get rid of Casemiro, as we all know he loves him. It only really leaves one position open in Real Madrid's midfield. This is the midfield which didn't actually perform very well this season, as Madrid slumped, yes I know slumped, to 3rd position in La Liga. What this does mean though is that Luka Modric looks to be coming to an end of his Real Madrid career. His contract isn't expiring in the summer, however he may decide to move on if he wants to go and play some first team football. It really looks like they've chosen Kroos over Modric, but what do you guys think? Let me know who you'd have in the starting midfield for Real Madrid next season. We're all going to assume that Casemiro is going to be the defensive midfielder, and Toni Kroos, his new contract, he's probably going to play as well, but who will be the third to join both of them, or will they switch to a different formation? So lastly but not least, we come to a roundup of the day's transfer news. And first off, Manchester United are demanding a ridiculous £138 million if anyone wants to sign Paul Pogba. Surely no one's going to be doing that. Elsewhere, and Napoli have agreed personal terms with Kieran Trippier ahead of a move to Serie A. AC Milan, Valencia, Marseille and Roma are all interested in Spurs' Fernando Llorente, who's been told that he won't be signing a new deal come the end of the season. And lastly but not least, if Mauricio Sarri does move to Juventus, Chelsea have earmarked legendary midfielder Frank Lampard as his potential successor. So there you have it. That's all from me for today. Make sure you smash that like button down below and let me know all of your thoughts on today's daily news. Will Lampard be a success at Chelsea? Is anyone really going to pay that ridiculous amount of money for Pogba? And who's going to start in Real Madrid's midfield next season? Whilst you're at it, you can also click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on OneFootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.